Welcome to the musical show, the show where I blabber on about music for way too bloody long. I have listened to. I haven't got any albums I missed or anything, so we'll get straight to it. I've listened to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects this week. I mean, 2 of them were EPs. But yeah, that means there's 2 that I didn't mention in the actual episode that I ended up going and listening to because I either just didn't know they existed. Well, that's the only reason really. I went back to them and didn't know they existed, and I thought, I want to listen to it. And one of them did release on Tuesday. Let's start off. To absolutely no one's surprise is what I would have said if I even mentioned this album. At the bottom is Tiesto. He dropped Drive after I'm pretty sure it was delayed, and after the delay, this is all we got. So no big surprise that that's bottom in a way, but a big surprise that it's here at all because I didn't even mention it last time. Didn't know it came out. I don't know how the hell I missed it, but I just need to use more idiot-proof strategies, clearly. But yeah, it's bad. Some songs were really lazy and felt extremely flat, with some samples being awful, such as the goddamn Pump It Louder song with the Black Eyed Peas, and some moments being awful lyrically, such as basically the entire song of Hot in It, and it also just sounds bad. House generally just sounds the same every single time, and didn't even sound good the first time. One of them genres, but this does have a few bangers, I guess, and a few decent enough tracks, but yeah, I just don't really like House, and most of this is absolute garbage, and with some of the features it shows them at their worst. Why the fuck would you not just let Ava Max, sing? Why'd you have to blast her with autotune? She's one of the artists who needs it the least. And not to sound like an old pretentious dickhead, but it doesn't always work like a fuck ton of autotune. Sometimes it does. I can't imagine a whole lot of Red without the fucking autotune. But I could definitely imagine Ava Max without the autotune because she can sing. 2.7 out of 10. Moving on to NBA Youngboy's Don't Try This at Home, which was 33 tracks long. Why? To me, he's one of those artists who are just there. He could probably make a decent 10 to 12 track album and does have potential, but just decides to drop every single fucking month, it feels like, every week. And ends up making insanely mid music. He dropped about 9 tapes and albums last year. But yeah, he usually just makes insanely mid music that often sounds the same as other music in his genre. His creativity is clearly lacking a lot here too, because they feel like different versions of songs already in his catalogue at some points. But there are some creative songs and creative beats, such as part of the beat on WTF and War. But, he's never offensively bad. His worst project, again, isn't offensively bad and was mainly close to being offensively bad because Quando Rondo is shit. And yeah, the rule is followed here. This just wasn't bad. There were only a few bad songs, but only a few I actually enjoyed. There's a whole album out of the whopping 32 tracks that could have also been really long of just pure mid. Literally, not bad, not good, literally just mid. Yeah. But yeah, he does show some potential, and I'm pretty sure if he tries some different sounds, takes a bit longer on an album, and actually tries, because I think he usually just puts shit out there for the sake of putting shit out there. He could make a good album, but it does definitely need to be shorter, because no one can make a 32-track album. Absolutely no one. But, yeah. It's not like he hasn't dropped a short project before, so he can do it. He just usually does the short projects to get another album, to get another mixtape out, which is a real shame, because, yeah, he's got potential, but, yeah. Why not? I come out thinking there's a lot of potential, but he doesn't really care because dough. Which is a real shame because he has potential to be actually solid. The album just exists. It's not bad, but it's not one I'd ever want to listen to again because it's really bloody long. And not one I'd recommend. But, Meat Riders will enjoy it, and as long as they're happy. And it's one of the better YB albums I've heard, to be honest, because a lot of them are 4s. 5.3 out of 10. every single YB album is either a 5 or a 4, apart from like 2 3s. But yeah, this is the second best that I've heard. The Gangsta Grills one from last year wasn't too bad. That's a 5.4, I think. But you know, I haven't heard anything before the last Sly Meadow, nor do I want to hear them. All right, moving on to Fogo Bass's Bigger Since Can Be, which is just crazy. In a way, it reminds me of the 38 Special album. Lots of creativity compared to I sound so much like a Tory sound saying lotter. I was trying to say a lot of and lotter at the same time, so, and I sound Tory saying lotter anyway. So yeah, a lot of creativity compared to other albums in the genre, but has glaring flaws. This time the lyrical subjects are repetitive and sometimes straight up crazy. Kind of feeds into the underground rapper stereotype, with some of the lyrics just being like borderline what the fuck. There's a song called White Lives Matter here. It's not as racist as I think, but like, it's still called White Lives Matter. But yeah, not an experience I'll ever forget, and it was fun, but like, it was wild, and it had like every colour in the rainbow in it. Probably from the drugs it mentioned. 7.9 out of 10. Next up is some fucker called Vintage Ambience. What an interesting name. Epitome. It came from a guy who I follow on TikTok who dropped it on SoundCloud. And it was naive, it was messy, and it did sound like he was just like messing with sounds, but for some reason it just sounded good. I don't know how he did it, but like, I feel like he used what he's heard to like make it interesting. I suppose he has some sort of musical knowledge, otherwise he wouldn't make music at all, I guess. I presume. But like, I don't know how he did it, because it should have been terrible. But it just wasn't. I don't know why it was good, it just was. Vintage Ambience. On TikTok he is Diego, he's one of the album reviewers, just like I am with music reviews. Which I'm basically a meme in the community because I dick ride Slow Tie on TikTok. I haven't shown it in a while. I wasn't going to show it again. What do you want? Alright, anyway. I haven't shown it in a while. But I might as well show it now. Here it is. I'm on 70 followers now. You get to see reviews of some of the albums I show here, not all of them, because sometimes I just don't review them here because I don't feel like reviewing them there. And I don't feel the need to, but like sometimes I review like usually the most famous artists to drop, or just like really good or really bad ones on here, so if you want to see them, see a few opinions on some albums and EPs before the actual music reviews episodes came out, and you have TikTok, boom, follow. But yeah, don't know how it was good, just was. 8 out of 10. Excuse me. But at the top is Swizz Beatz Hip Hop 50 Volume 2. I know I said like usually I wouldn't listen to shit like this, but thank God I listened to this. Imagine DJ Khaled's, except it was actually good, and it was a short EP. This guy's production throughout was ridiculously good, although it is Swizz Beatz. And arguably saved the Lil Wayne song because his verse just wasn't the greatest. Nas defo had the best verse in Runaway. Runaway is an unbelievably good song. Definitely listen to it if you haven't already, it's so good. But yeah, the production and the beats were unbelievably good, and that's what really pushed the EP to be as great as it was. It, again, just had a few underwhelming performances, or just came in like things I personally don't usually enjoy. Personally, like, it came in like subgenres I don't really usually enjoy sometimes. And like, no matter how good the beat technically is, it's just not always quite for me. It doesn't always quite click as much. 8.6 out of 10. Well, that's all those albums done, but it's defo not going to be a week like that this week. There has been a hell of a lot of shit. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 albums I'm listening to. I've already listened to 2 of them, which is a bit of a relief, and a lot of them are short, which is even more of a relief. And my further album I'm going to shout out, so I'm going to go through 10 albums. Starting off with, of course, the surprise announcement from White Boy Jack Harlow, dropping his 3rd album called Jackman out of absolutely nowhere, and it's definitely not Come Home, the Kids Miss You. It's not even really trap. It sort of goes sort of into old style rap beats in a way. A lot of them often involving acoustics with um, what's the word? Lyrical thingamajiggies being a lot deeper than as usual. I'm in a harder, I can't think of the word. But, oh well, you know what I mean. 10 songs, 24 minutes long only. And, yeah, it's not Come On, the Kids Miss You. It's very different. And, it is better. It's a lot more worth, listening to. G Herbo is the one I'm not going to listen to because I don't feel like listening to a G Herbo album, and it's strictly for my fans too, and it goes into the weird thing I do with, like, something in the middle of, like, a series where I haven't listened to the other one, so I won't listen to this one. Featuring Drench, Glorilla, and Mellow Box. Sometimes I do break the rule of the famous, but, like, who here knows G Herbo? If you know G Herbo, like, tell me. Whether it's in the comments below, if it allows you to, or, like, in another comment section. Tell me if you know who G Herbo is. I know he was on, like, the XL freshman list, but, like, most of my subscribers aren't American, so, America. So, like, yeah. And if you know G Herbo, you know he's mid. So, so yeah, that's not really worth listening to, so I'm not going to listen to it because I can avoid doing it because of my rule. Next up is Homicide Gang, who I already have listened to, Snot or Not. 12 songs, 28 minutes long. And as underground rappers, rap groups do, one of them likes kids. So, if you care about ethics and, like, not listening to bad people, to be honest, I don't. I'm not sure you listen to this, but, like, if you're a Rage fan, you know, go for it. I'm not a massive Rage fan, but, like, Homicide Gang are by far the best. And they do show it here. Although, that could still mean that the album sucks ass, because Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely are awful. And I'm not really counting Playboi Carti, he's obviously the best, but, like, Homicide Gang, the best of the rest. You'll find out if I actually do like it, obviously, next episode. Now to the ones that I haven't listened to and I can give my expectations for. Summers with Ghost, which is 21 songs long, 49 minutes long. Kill me. Summers sucks ass. What I've heard mostly sucks ass. It features Desire twice. And yeah, I'm going to say a 2 because it gave his last album a 2. And I think I've heard one little snippet that doesn't sound too bad. Although I'm not even 100% sure it's him. So, we'll just have to see. It could be really low. Next up is Baby Rexha. You know, the fucker on the I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright, baby, I'm... Right, I'll stop. It somehow sounds worse than the actual song, which is one of the worst songs I've ever heard. It's called Baby. It features Snoop Dogg. What the fuck? It has the bloody David Guetta song. And it also features Dolly Parton. It's really fucking weird. And Baby Rexha, from what I've heard, is atrocious. So I'm going in here expecting lyrical garbage throughout and boring mainstream pop as well as that. This could genuinely be like a 1. I'm going to say a 2 because I feel like this Dolly Parton and Snoop Dogg song will at least be interesting, which is at least something. But yeah, the rest of it is going to be completely crap. So yeah, don't be like me, just don't listen to it. Fuck Baby Rexha. Next up is The National, who have dropped their new album, First 2 Pages of Frankenstein, featuring Sufjan Stevens, Phoebe Bridgers, twice, and Taylor Swift. This is literally like the most indie Meat Rider album sort of shit that anyone would ever ask for. I'm going to say a 7. I've never listened to The National, so I don't know what to expect. And I've only heard Coney Island from Evermore, and I don't know if His music's just the same, but I presume it's similar enough. Next up is Jessie Ware with That Feels Good. She's meant to be a damn good dance artist. Is she a dance artist or is she just pop? Is she even pop? Because some of them have like weird fusions and they're more slightly undergroundy. I don't know what to expect, but I will expect that it's going to be at least somewhat decent. I'm going to say a 7 to be safe, although I wouldn't be surprised to be proved wrong. Next up is Baby Rose with Through and Through, featuring Georgia Ann Muldrow and Smino. 11 songs, 37 minutes long. I mean, it's a female rapper, which is interesting. Will she be a good one? I suppose, like, we're going to make a political statement now. There's not enough female rappers. And, like, there's not many really bad ones. Like, Cardi B's a shitty person, but, like, she can make a banger. Sometimes. Megan Thee Stallion's okay. She's sound. I know I sound really, like, fucking whatever. I don't care. Nicki Minaj is Nicki Minaj. She's fucking fire, obviously. I mean, Ice Spice is technically bad, but, like, I don't hate her. And she's also fit. Andy Masson. Or am I? I need a shit anyway. This is going to be a 7, at least. Although I won't be surprised to see it be more. I don't know what to expect, which is actually really nice. I prefer albums like that, because then they're more interesting. Then we've got Labyrinth with Ends and Begins. And from what I've heard, it sounds like a Labyrinth album. 7. It's going to be a lot of 7s if they go my way. Obviously, the Euphoria soundtrack is fucking fire. It's fucking beautiful. Labyrinth is a really, really good artist. And, yeah. Finally, we've got My Beloved Beach House. I say that, but I've never actually listened to a Beach House album. I just know they're really fucking good. Because, like, the 3 songs I've heard from them are, like, 3 of my favourite songs of all time. I love Beach House. I don't care how little of them I've listened to. Become, the new EP, that actually came out last week, but has only came out this week on streaming services. 5 songs, 24 minutes long, just as long as the so-called album from Jack Harlow. Basically an album. I mean, they don't often have like a load of songs on an album, so I wouldn't be surprised if they just called it an album. But yeah, it came out on vinyl last week for like record store day or some shit. But yeah, it's Beach House. I love Beach House. It's gonna be a 9. 5 songs, you can't really go wrong. And I wouldn't be surprised if they don't go wrong and it ends up being a 10 out of 10 EP. I'm not even kidding. I'm never gonna predict anything to be a 10 because that's just dumb. And you're like destined to like have your expectations completely fucked up and proven very, very wrong. Yeah, what are you looking forward to? Do you know G Herbo? Are you a G Herbo fan? How's the G Herbo album like if you've decided to go for it? I'll obviously be back next week to review all of these. Obviously on my TikTok, I'm gonna obviously post some album reviews there of some of the albums, not all of them, obviously, because there's fucking 9 of them, and I won't be surprised if I forget half of them exist by the time I like open up and be like, oh yeah, that album did come out. But because there's so many. But yeah, I haven't heard a bad album out of the Jack Harlow and Homicide Gang. I know I'm not really supposed to say this, but like, it's Jack Harlow, it's Homicide Gang. They're worth listening to if you're a fan of albums in the field. I will say that. Like, Jack Harlow, I'm not going to make you have to go in with it, is this going to be mid again? It's not going to be mid, trust me. It's for Jack Harlow anyway, pretty good. And Homicide Gang, I enjoyed, but you have to be a fan of Rage to really enjoy it, I think. I'm kind of like spoiling too much now, but oh well, we live. I've just realised I just need to do this. I should probably end the episode, but I'm just going to do this first. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and all that. And I'm going for a shit in a bit.